One thing is having friends, and another thing is trying to know the kind of friends you have. Hello, YouTube family, it's your favorite girl, Ella OKC, and I welcome you back to Gist Central. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe because I bet you wouldn't want to miss out our next video. And yes, hit that notification bell as well as it will remind you on our next upload. Rita Dominic, the actress that got married at the age of 46 years old, and now she's being dragged everywhere. I don't understand because she's been friends with her supposed colleague, names withheld, but as the controversial bloggers could have it, gist lovers, they tagged them U and E. So they are trying to let us know that U and E are not really happy for their friend Rita Dominic as she got married because they've been in the line of singleness. I mean, they are already singlets because I don't have any other word to qualify it. And as reports could have it, her supposed friends, which are U and E, they are obviously not happy that Rita Dominic got married because they also have eyes for the supposed husband, Mr. Fidelis. Initially, before Rita Dominic got married to Fidelis, it's been said that U and E have been dating him. I mean, imagine where two friends with dating a man and they are both aware that okay, this is our man. They have this mutual understanding that we are sharing him. You understand that kind of bestie go? I don't really know how to put it. Now Rita Dominic has aimed up telling the public that she has no friend because it was mentioned that there are some actresses that missed her big day. Actresses like Omotola, Genevieve, Macy Johnson Okoji, and some others. And she reacts to them, clearing the public that she isn't pissed as they came up with a reasonable excuse for it, as some of these mentioned actresses are not even in the country. And she also shared with the public that she doesn't have friend and people should stop tagging U and E as her best friend as they seem to have betrayed her. And when Rita Dominic was in a relationship with her supposed husband, she had no idea that Mr. Fidelis has been mixing ogbono soup and egusi soup together and then adding her being the okra soup. All know what I mean. It is very good to choose our friends as we don't even know who to trust anymore. And one thing is certainly sure, people that came for her big day, there are people that are not happy that she's getting married. I mean, there are other actresses that has gotten married but it did not work out. Many actresses, including the supposed U and E, that are being dragged all over the internet. On related news, this said U and E after the marriage of Rita Dominic to Mr. Fidelis Anosike. The said U and E often pay Rita Dominic a visit, thereby not even giving her space to enjoy her honeymoon. I wonder what these people are even up to. And is Rita Dominic the reason why they are not married? Is she the reason why they are not settled? One thing is to have a friend, or to have friends rather, and then another thing is to know the kind of people you mingle with. Rita Dominic should have seen all of this happening because they've been colleagues from God knows how long. They've been acting together, they've been hanging out together, so she's supposed to know the kind of people that she's been keeping around her. As you all know, Rita Dominic is a very calm actress. Even in her movies, she tends to play calm role and she's loved by her fans. And of course, through the massive love she got, people are going to air out their opinion because how will you tell me that you got married and then your friends are doing all manner of slutty things with your husband, and then this supposed man that was warned, Mr. Fidelis Anosike, or should better not dare with Adam BC because even when he got to marry Rita Dominic, even when the celebration was still ongoing, he was warned by Rita Dominic's people not to hurt Rita Dominic and that they would come for him if ever Rita Dominic sheds a tear. And you all know that Igbo people, they don't back out on their threats, especially when it has to do with their precious daughter, their Adam BC at that. So Mr. Dominic will try to curtail himself and learn how to eat okra soup without trying to mix egusi ogbono and okra soup together, because definitely he will keep on using the toilets and that will drain his life. Actress Rita Dominic is always a very soft-spoken woman, as she doesn't want trouble. And of course, she would have been married a long time ago if things had fallen in place with the actor Jim Ike, because she once dated Jim Ike and they made it public, but things went off point and they called it a quit. Now she waited. She did not. It has never been heard that Rita Dominic snatched somebody's husband. It has never been heard that Rita Dominic is in any scandal with somebody's wife or dragging any man. It stated that she waited for her own turn, although Mr. Fidelis was once married. But then he also called it a quit. When something is not working between two people, they tend to call it a quit before we'll start hearing story that touches the heart. So back to Rita Dominic friend, U and E as they are being abbreviated. They should better keep off Rita Dominic's marriage, because it will be serving them hot, both from fans and otherwise. And of course from Rita Dominic's family, because she's tagged as the Adam BC, and anybody or anyone that is plotting anything against her or trying to make her cry in the process will actually receive it hot. Rita Dominic made a post recently on her social media platforms that we should be very careful of the kind of people we mingle with, the kind of people we call our friend, and we should as well differentiate between a friend and someone who you just know. There are kind of people that you call your friends, and then there are the kind that I just know this person, I just know you, but we are not friends. We should learn how to differentiate people that are not our friends. We should learn how to call one a sister, learn how to call one a friend, and of course learn how to call one a family member. And if they don't deserve any of this title, you just tag them that I just happen to know this person, because it takes more to call somebody your friend. Rita Dominic is not really an actress that bring things to social media or try to attract sympathy or to herself. But most of her posts can speak for her. The kind of caption she uses can speak for her, as she indirectly advises the public to always be mindful of the kind of friends they keep around them. Tracing back, you all have been friends, you've been colleagues for God knows how long, and then someday one breaks out and then gets married in a grand style. The one that has never been heard in BC land. So normally there should be a spark of envy, there should be a spark of jealousy thereabouts, because who no like better thing? And this kind of honor and pride that you get when you're rightfully married. I'm sure that Miss U and E have been wishing that they were in Rita Dominic's shoes, which got me thinking, what actually made them leave their husband's house in the first place? When you admire something, being an independent woman is also great. Having anything to do with a man is actually very great. But when your friend decides to settle down, you should let her. You shouldn't do anything to ruin her happiness. You shouldn't do anything to ruin her marriage. Some friends have limits. There are limits to friendship. When it gets to the raise of getting married, of having a husband, and then you settling down in your matrimonial home, there are things that are limited to friends. There are some kind of attention, there are some kind of talks that are limited to friends, as you cannot probably share everything that goes on in your marriage to your friends. We are talking about your friends here. Nobody knows what is going on in another person's mind. So we really ought to be careful, as Rita Dominic tells the public that she doesn't have friends, she only have her family members, and the supposed you and E she trusts are trying to betray her. This is really bad now. Somebody that got married not quite long, she has not even enjoyed her honeymoon, she has not enjoyed anything, and then it wants to They want to ruin her marriage for her out because of what? Because of jealousy. I mean, Mr. Fidelis Anosike saw U&E before he proposed to Rita Dominic. There is something he saw in Rita Dominic that he couldn't find in U&E. So I don't know why this said U&E want to kill their self over a married man who chooses their friend over them. I don't even understand. This is weird though, because ladies are really doing the most these days. And they be like they're independent, yet they keep choking their eyes, they keep prognosing in someone else's marriage. You want to know everything that goes on. We accept the fact that Rita Dominic is your friend, but must you go extra mile? Let her run her marriage. For Pete's sake, she's just a new bride. Let her enjoy her honeymoon. I really don't like all of this, because this said Rita Dominic, she's a very soft-spoken woman, and she doesn't deserve all of this dragging and headaches. She should be rested, enjoying her marriage, and of course taking care of her unborn baby. But that's by the way, because they are all friends, and of course they know how to they relate to one another. So my beautiful YouTube family, I bet this story made your day, and I bet you've already given it a thumbs up as you share to whomsoever you want to watch this video, and I believe you've subscribed. If you've not, please do, and turn on post notifications so you can be the very first person to watch our next video. I'm glad having you here. I remain your favorite girl, Ella OKC, and keep watching Just Central.